Hello, this is the LEGO Minecraft The Village set, all fully built up and laid out the way that it's shown on the front of the box. Before I get into any of the details, I just want to share that as I was assembling all of this, I had a pretty consistent ongoing feeling of appreciation and satisfaction. The whole thing just went together in a very nice way. It's very easy for Minecraft stuff, I know from experience, to use a ton of parts, and all along the way, in every subsection, in every smaller assembly that eventually was put together into this whole spread, I felt like the designers did a good job of just optimizing things and kind of minimizing the parts count and just making things look right in the simplest way as possible. Now this is done in modules, and the modules are themselves attached with just the simplest little locking mechanisms in the form of these 2x4 bricks with some jumpers up on top. And you just take a handful of those off and you start to see how things were really assembled, how all of this was done, piece by piece. And for example, this is one unit here, one unit. Taking these apart allows you to very quickly start to rearrange things. So you're not in any way locked into the initial kind of arrangement. Like I said, that's shown on the front of the box. You can very easily take things out, integrate them with other Minecraft sets that you may already have, or just rearrange them as they are. For example, with just rearranging the things that you already have here, some of these buildings are able to open up. So this here is another suggested arrangement of the exact same buildings without rebuilding anything, just taking off some of those 2x4 little locking bricks and moving some stuff around. So you get a completely different scene very easily. This is my favorite build here. It's the Butcher's Shop, a recognizable generated structure that I have some experience playing in and around in game. It's very recognizable with its its outward appearance, overall shape. It's really scaled down. You can tell from the yard there, it's just a limited amount of space overall, but it's done pretty nicely with the little deck out in the back and kind of balcony area. And a couple of pumpkins that have grown around the outside. They've tiled up the top of the roof a bit there, and there's an additional door in the correct space here. Of course, as I showed you, you can open these up, and on the inside, you'll see the little chair, corner chair setup and single table there. Nothing really going on over here, just the single butcher's block right there. So not a whole lot of details on the insides of these, but they went together nicely, look very good from the outside, and they've got lots of jumpers, the 2x2 jumpers down on the base to make sure that you can easily place figures around there and not just have them facing at right angles, at 90-degree angles everywhere. You can just rotate them around however you want. This here is a library, and if you play a lot of Minecraft or you have a lot of experience around village structures in Minecraft, you'll probably recognize that not everything here is perfect with the proportions, certainly the size, and some of the color placements of what materials are used in exactly what spots. And some things may not be ideal, such as the little bit of regular reddish brown plates that come through there. Some of that is because of parts just not being available, not existing at all in a given color. Sometimes it's just compromises for, like I mentioned earlier, simplicity of the build and minimizing the number of parts used. Sometimes you just need to have parts cover, use larger parts, have parts cover larger areas to make things stronger. But I think that the compromises are good. I think that the thing looks good for the size that they made it. It looks good. This obviously has to have the bookshelves over here. The bookshelves are actually designed to be removable, so if you want to use those elsewhere in your village, you can. I appreciate that for sure. Got the spider web up in the attic. Of course, a little bit of seating area there, and another seating area over here with the crafting table next to it, and that's the standard LEGO Minecraft printed crafting table. The Blacksmith here is another very recognizable structure, and I also like how this one is built. It's very different from all the rest. You need to be able to get inside, and this one is not split. So you can't just split the thing open like you could with those first two structures that I showed. Instead, when you look around the back, you see some Technic beams there Well, that's for a hinging mechanism that doesn't just hinge the roof, doesn't just hinge one side or one wall or something. It hinges all this. Look at this. It is like a transforming building. Very interesting. Opens up the entire thing to give you view and access to the inside, to pose up some figures, and then you can close it up. So it's just got the little seating area in the corner, a couple of furnaces stacked on top of each other, and these are easy to take out. It's using the same design that they've used before. You got your lava in there, just a little bit of iron bar on the side, and again, it looks good. And I just really, really like this mechanism for opening the thing up. It almost feels a little bit excessive, but it feels good to actually move that with just the perfect amount of friction. It's a nice feature. This, I think, is supposed to be a small house, the version of small house that has the fencing going around the top, but it has no door on it. So this one was generated with no door, or maybe a door was already broken down or something. And it's kind of on a hill. It's on stilts off to the side. It's in a snowy area. Got a little bit of water there, a little bit of ice, a little bit of snow, a little bit of mushrooms there. You can see underneath is some emerald ore also, and that is harvestable. So you can take these out easily, once again, using just the 2x2 jumpers there. Another nice looking thing, but not a whole lot to it. It's mainly just got kind of a natural path to get up there with the kind of faux staircase off to the side, a little bit more mushrooming inside, and yeah, that's about it. You know, this one's pretty straightforward, except you can once again very easily remove something, in this case the entire main structure, the generated part of the structure itself. That's, you know, part of the village construct, and so you can easily put this somewhere else and then just use this as terrain. The little farm is, of course, a must, and they've set that up with the wood around the outside, and it's growing some potatoes and some carrots. So you can see the different ages of carrots there, and then this is wheat over on this side. Water goes down the center with transparent dark blue bricks. I really like what they've done with the carrots, you know, showing you the different ages, and also including the actual proper Lego carrot pieces, so you can harvest these out. I think that's the right choice, even if, you know, they kind of stick out maybe too much, but I still think it's really the right choice because those are carrots in kind of the Lego language. And it's also got a lamp post over here, which is done up pretty nicely. You know, you got to have those clip pieces on there to hold on to the torches, but it's integrated in pretty nicely. It's not the easiest build to get perfectly square and straight, but once you do get it right, I think it looks good. Oh, and there's also a red poppy over here, which used to be known as a rose a long, long time ago, but you can also put that in the hand of your iron golem. We'll take a closer look at him later. The farm area is for flora, and this small pen is for fauna. So this is a very basic build. It's pretty small. You can put maybe 3 animals in there in total. Only 2 domesticated animals are included in the set. It's just a pig and a baby pig. You can open up the gate in the front, and that's pretty much all there is to this one. The well is set in a desert biome, and they've done these different biomes to help you to attach to other sets that they've made. You know, like this would go well with the desert outpost set for sure, but I think it still integrates in well with the rest of the entire set, even though it is, you know, even though you do have this many different biomes together. I think that it was a good choice because it gives you some variety. If everything looked the same, that would not be so cool. This is actually a pretty nicely done well with a new color for 2016 for the 6x6 tile piece there on the top. So they brought in some extra smoothness, and it's a nice build, and it actually does have some water down on the inside. They went with the dark trans blue down there in the middle. So you do get just a single little square of that. It's not really intended to be removed and put back all that much, but it's a nice looking thing. You know, small in scale, but nice looking. I also really appreciate the dark orange recolor of these flower stalk pieces to use them as, you know, dead desert shrubs. This is an outdoor marketplace stall, so you've got a vendor there. It's completely made up, but I think it's cool and a nice way to integrate in with the jungle biome, with just a very small jungle tree here with a little bit of vine coming down. These top, kind of the awning is all just made of wool there. And this here in the front is just the table for the vendor to display their wares. So it's just, you know, playing off the whole trading mechanic in game. And so there's an Eye of Ender here on display. Nice printed tile for a cake. This is an oak apple, and I think this is supposed to represent an iron ingot. This is kind of the cash register over here with, of course, emeralds inside to be used as currency for trading. And these are just the last two little things to kind of fill in some space, with the only different thing being the sugar cane there on a simulated block of sand. Here's a closer look at that iron golem, and of course we've gotten an iron golem before already in the official Iron Golem set, a much smaller set, so if you just want the golem, you can get that, but it is nice to get another one here. I think that it is a smart and important inclusion in a village set. I think it goes with it very well, adds a lot to the possibilities for play and display. That does have printed tiles, including this one that's used on the shoulder. That's just a duplicate of one of the ones that's used on the front. And this is designed to be really played with and posed quite a lot in kind of a little bit of compromise against believability. So durability and play value, I think, were prioritized here with the ball joints for the arms and also the movable legs and feet to allow you to do some different poses. I think that when you look at this compared to how it actually looks in game, this looks very awkward, but I do understand the compromises that went into its design. Now these are new and kind of exciting to get. Left to right, it's the farmer, the villager, and a zombie villager. These use the same head mold as the Iron Golem originally introduced, but different colors and prints here obviously, and the torso is a new exclusive design specifically for these villager figures. Pairs up pretty nicely well with the standard small or short child version of Lego minifigure legs. Of course, with the zombie villager, they just went with the zombie minifigure body, so all the same print is used for the torso there, and the same general configuration, just a new print for this mold for the face. The faces are not ideally printed though. I mean, you can see this one is a little bit washed at the top, and also they're not printed in the same places. So I think the registration as they place the masks or the stamps on these things is not as consistent as I would like it. Also, these are the only villagers included in the set. It's a village set, but you just get basically these two plus the one zombie version. Otherwise, there's just another Steve unarmored, another Alex unarmored, iron sword and diamond pickaxe, and another regular zombie. So these are all figures that we've seen before, and like I said, there's just no armor included in the set to go with them. The set includes one Enderman, and they include an extra block with the head-like pieces on the side so it can attach between the arms like that. Just a little dirt block there with some grass on top. And last but not least, the pig and baby pig, which are the same as they've been introduced before, but I think that these are pretty perfect for Lego scale. And those pieces, the pieces with the slots in them, I think are exclusive to Minecraft sets in this color. I'm always happy to get more pigs or cows for Minecraft use. Now, everything that you've just seen is covered in this rather large and thick instruction book. However, there's also a second instruction booklet included, which is much thinner. This gives you your rebuild inspiration, so they show you step by step how to take some of this apart and reassemble it without taking everything apart, just some, and reassemble things depending upon how far you want to go. You take just one section or all of this to create this wall. So you end up with a couple of wooden doors along a wall, and it really closes in the space and makes it feel a little bit more rectangular, a little bit more fort-like, a little bit more protected. Not completely. They also create a little jail over here, so just different things, and I think it's always good that they include inspiration like this to encourage especially younger builders to try different stuff. There's a look at just the wall by itself that you basically turn one of the houses into. I'm happy with the build. I'm happy with the variety of things that are included here. I'm happy with how all of this looks together. I'm happy with the introduction of the official villager minifigs. I'm very unhappy with the inclusion of only 2 normal villagers. You could kind of call it 3 if you want to include the zombie villager. That's a nice inclusion as well. But for such a large and expensive village set, I wanted to see more than 2 villagers. That was really important to me. And instead we get a bunch of characters and figures and figure-like things that we've already gotten before. I definitely would have preferred a better balance there, in my opinion. The price of this thing is high. The price per part is a little bit on the high side from what I would expect. It's not outrageous, but I would like to see it maybe 15% cheaper. If you really like what you see, I think that you will enjoy getting this though. Like I said, the build process was just very satisfying, and if you're really into Lego builds, you have any experience doing Minecraft style builds with Lego, you understand some of the challenges, and I think you'll really appreciate how the designers solved some of those challenges and problems in very simple and pure, very classic Lego ways. Be sure to share what you think about this set on the whole. If you have anything that you particularly like that you've seen here, or anything that you particularly dislike, share your thoughts in a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to being able to talk to you again very, very soon in the next video.